Mm.
You're listening to Radio Salam, the voice of connection, culture, and community. Broadcasting from Winnipeg, Canada, Radio Salam brings together stories, voices, and experiences from the Arab world and beyond. Our mission is simple: to inspire, uplift, and empower. From heartfelt conversations to cultural insights, community dialogue to youth perspectives. This is your space to listen, to speak, and to belong. Radio Salam, where every voice matters and every story deserves to be heard.
Welcome back. Hi, everybody. I am glad today to interview Principal Helene. She is a principal in Montreal Primary School. And I am glad she accepted my invitation to participate in this project of peace or collective book, Humanity Unites Us. And she is number 15 now. I am looking for 20 people. I am almost just 5 person. And we will continue this dream, inshallah, to have this dream a reality. And today we have a great woman that accepted to participate with us. I will let her to introduce herself. You are very welcome,
Yes,
and thank you for accepting my invitation. Thank you. Thank
you're
you very
very
much.
welcome. It's my pleasure. Thank you. My name is Helene Laperiere. I'm by training a special ed consultant. In French, we say psychoeducateur.
Yes.
Where I'm coming from, I mean, I'm born in Quebec, Canada. My mom was a social worker, very much involved in the community. So I grew up in a family where she was welcoming children, she was welcoming families, parents who were in need of support freely. I've been raised this way. So I started working very young. At the age of 12, I was assisting her in parents group that she was doing, and I really liked helping, supporting parents and young children. Later on, I got interested in all kind of ages, primary school, high school, young adults, and later on even elderly. In my career, I started as a psychoeducatrice. I was studying in the university, so and I had a chance. I did not even finish my course, and there
Mm.
was a very nice lady who was observing my internship. At that time, I was doing internship in a CLSC in Quebec. It's kind of a clinic where they mix medical services and family-oriented educational and care services, social work services, educational services. So I was doing my internship there, and I got the privilege of getting an interview to start working actually for a CLSC. Which I did in the Family Enfance program, and then later on, 10 years later, in the special needs program. I did that work in collaboration with the team that was working with a doctor specialized in transcultural adaptation, meaning all the families coming from everywhere around the world and adjusting to the Quebec, Canada society, which is, is not easy at all. So I worked collaborating with this team for 24 years
Wow.
in Park Extension, which is a very multi-ethnical sector in Montreal. And the center where I was working first was covering a square kilometer. After 10 years, they merged with two other areas, which were downtown Montreal and west, like Côte-des-Neiges sector, TMR sector, and Outremont. So, and then after that, in 2015, it became what they call Integrated University Center for Care, Medicare and Social Services, a long name. But that was covering even the adaptation services and the hospitals, the CHSLDs, it became very big. It started small, it became very big,
Yes.
and I enjoyed a lot working there. While that time, my mom, who was a social worker before her retirement, like for more than 25 years, she founded an organization for consultation. She started that at home, and eventually she saw the need. It was a phone consultation service, and I participated as also an employee there. She was the director, and then she became member of the board, and then she retired. Unfortunately, she now is in heaven, but I really had a big model with my mom, actually. So
Wow.
I was doing that on the side, and I was working. At the same time, as you were saying, we have different ways of expressing faith, but I'm also involved in my own community. We have a community church, as you have community mosques, or
Yes.
it's really similar. I got also collaboration for a few years with Al Oma School, Arabic School in Montreal,
Oh,
with a group of women, and I was giving some support for understanding the behaviors of adaptation of children in a weekend school, and I did a
nice.
lot of things. And then before the pandemic, I got an offer to be an assistant director for pedagogical work in what we call in Montreal, in Quebec, Centre de la Petite Enfance.
Yes.
Actually, it's a model that only belongs again in Quebec. As you see, Quebec is very different from other provinces, or it's a province of Canada, but it
Yes.
has different models, right?
Yes.
So it's a kind of a preschool mixed up with a daycare,
Oh,
mixed up with the community center. It's difficult to describe. Children learn there how to adapt to a new environment, how to relate with other children and adults, how to explore the world. But it's not like a preschool. Like, they don't do official learnings, but they do
yes.
human learnings, as I could say.
Yeah.
So I tried for 1 year, as I took a sabbat year at the CLSC, and then I liked it so much because I could do a lot of hands-on work, because there was no waiting list, there was not as much paper work. I'm more a person that is in a relational work, so I liked it. So I took my retirement early from the general public services, and I came into the daycare, which is
Yes.
not daycare, Centre de la Petite Enfance,
Petite
and
enfance.
also collaborating with a network of private and public daycares,
Wow.
sharing knowledge and experience, and also materials. I think it's a bit long. Stop me if it's too long as a presentation. But I give you an example where I'm coming from. And I like to work a lot with pictures, music, songs, to
Wow.
help children learning the language, but also the behaviors that they need to learn to be
Yes.
ready for school and also for society. And what I like is also to involve parents as very active members to collaborate in the system. So basically, this is what I do.
Wow, 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 wow. I am glad. I thanks good that teacher Samira that let me know you are the right person for this project of peace, for this collective book.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because
Sister
all
Samira,
this
I know
background,
her 25 years now.
yeah, because all your background is about humanity. This is the real humanity. You are working with kids, with parents, how to be positive in the community. It's amazing. It's amazing. I am proud that you will participate with us in this interview and this collective book, Humanity Rates Us. So always I start by the first comment of people that they are with us. There is Coach Samira too. She say, bonsoir, bonsoir, Coach Samira. And thank you for letting me know this great woman. You said that you are like the fruit of your mother. And we have an Arabic saying that said, وراء كل عظيم امرأة, it means any great man or woman, behind him a woman, which means a mother.
Mm.
Yeah, good. She's also called Samira Bali. She says, Hélène, c'est l'humanité qui marche sur ses deux pieds. Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, thank
Beautiful
you.
description for you. She said that, Hélène, I will repeat this. Hélène, c'est l'humanité qui marche sur ses deux pieds.
This is a
MashaAllah.
very touching and nice image. Thank you, Samira.
Yeah, yes, it's beautiful. It's nice. Thank you, Samira. So the first question that we have is, how do you define humanity from your experience, Dr. Helen?
My experience and my dream. My my experience has been that it's closely a very big family
Yeah.
with different people, and the difference makes the richness about
Yes.
it. And if my dream is that if everyone would have the dream or the hope to learn to know other people as they are and to not keep differences as a wall, but make it a window, that would be the best way to make of humanity a family. That's how
Yes.
I see it.
Thank you. So second question is, what are the common human values that can bring people together and help them live in peace and safety?
It's a very good question. The
Yes.
first thing that comes into my mind is care.
Mhm.
Care as that other people matter, that we're all one. And if we care about the quality of life of other people, naturally we'll have humanity values. And the second one would be respect. Because if I respect others as I would like others to respect me, then that avoids a lot of conflict, actually, that allows us to live in peace, to learn from each other, and also to build the society.
That's nice. You told me that you were your background is Christian and you used to work with some women in mosques. How do you feel when you work with other women or other people from different
Oh, that's a
faiths?
long. Okay, I was raised because when I was young, until I started working in the field in at 20 years, at 23 years old,
Yes.
I was in a very homogeneous. I only had people from French, like French Quebecois, Canadian root, Catholic practicing root. My parents were involved in local church, reading every Sunday. My mom had a choir. She was doing a lot of activities there also. So in a weekend, I was raised like that. And at age 12, I started because we play like the chanting is done with a musical instrument. So
Yes.
I started playing musical instrument in church. I grew up, and then eventually,
Sorry. We wait. Maybe she has problem in internet. She will return back. So we make an break. A break until she return back. MashaAllah, she has a rich experience. Okay.
I'm
So
sorry,
welcome.
something cut.
No problem. No problem. We come back again.
It said that a mistake occurred. I saw it. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's happened for the internet
Yes. So
things.
I was in that field in those values, the same values that
Yeah.
we are talking tonight. We had like respect your neighbors, love one another, forgive as God is a great forgiver, and all those things I raised with it. But I did not know about something else existing.
Yes.
There is even in one religious setting, there is like branches. I did not even know about branches. It's when I came to work in Park Extension, I was definitely confronted to more than that, because even in Christianity, I discovered first orthodoxy because I had colleagues from the Greek community, from the Romanian community, and they brought me to their service, and I discovered that, oh, okay, it's like me, but there's some practices that are a bit different, but the base is the same. And eventually, 1 year after I started working, actually, I met my first Muslim person, which was a Algerian family. At
Yes.
that time, to tell you how much ignorant I was, I did not even know the difference between Arabic, Muslim, and country name.
Yeah.
I learned from zero, and I got very much interested because I'm curious and I ask a lot of questions. This mother was the first one that I knew, but she had, of course, a circle and she presented me to other people. And I had other from different backgrounds. And I came to learn and I was a lot exposed until like 10 years later, not even 96, maybe, no, 12 to 15 years later, I got involved
Yes.
in a parents group with Arabic school because there was a lot of questioning and I was helping families separately. And obviously, they asked me how we could apply it to their situation. So slowly, I came to learn a lot about different branches of Christianity, different branches of Islam, then Sikhism, Hinduism, Buddhism, all kind of things. I even had a lady at my work. She said, I'm agnostic. I said, what is that? I didn't know. She said, I believe in God, but I respect all religions. And I was like,
Yes.
okay. And at one point, this brought me to extend my own vision because I discovered also that's something big I'm going to say. But because in each people who are very much believing in their own book, in their own faith, in the way to express their faith,
Yes.
they are convinced that their way is the way, right? Which
Yes.
I was convinced. Then when I spoke to the Orthodox, they said Orthodoxia is the real faith. Then I spoke to the Jehovah Witness, they says Jehovah Witness is the real faith. Then Islam, they told me if you don't embrace Islam, your action will be like dust and then of God. Then my own community was saying there's no salvation out of Christian. And I was like, wait a minute. God is greater than all this, and we are all together. So we have to let Him judge. We are not the judges.
Yes. Right.
So I learned to become a bit more eclectic and open minded because if not, I was not going to finish. Because if I'm trying to convert, then the other one needs to convert me in order for me to be saved, then I need to convert them. It took me a few years, but now where I am now, I'm after 50 years old, and there is so much diversity in Quebec that,
Yes.
like, I was wondering what God would want. And I don't think God would want us to like spend the rest of our life arguing about who's right, because he's giving us a book, he's giving us a faith. And what I personally think is that it's more important to keep what is common between us
Right.
and to work at it. It's going to give a better result. So
Right.
this is where I am now. And in my own community, I did not leave the Catholic background because it's my background, but I increased because now there is in United States and in Canada and in Quebec what they called it's Christian churches, but it doesn't have a denomination. Like it's not Orthodox, it's not Catholic, it's like just based on the book.
Right.
Like I think you'll have the same thing in Islam. Like there is a lot of branches, but you want to go to the
Yeah,
essential, which
different
is written
schools.
in your book.
Different schools. Yes.
Yes, but like the same thing, if we follow what's written in the book, then we don't argue, do we eat at that time? Do we do the eat that day or that day? And even in the Bible, it's written, do not argue about times, moons, and like, because we lose our time arguing. Like, because what's important? What are you celebrating? We're celebrating that Ibrahim got saved by God because he wanted to listen to him. And instead of letting him sacrifice his own son, he provided a lamb to show him that because you found that I'm the most important. Okay, so if I understand that, doesn't matter if the people from that country celebrate that day, the people from that country celebrate that day. Me, like my Easter is that day, your Easter is that day. And, and I learned
Yes.
to, with my colleagues, like I had the same thing that because in the church I'm a leader and I teach women too. And I had a colleague, I have a colleague, now she doesn't live in Montreal, but who is a leader as a Muslim and who's leading Muslim ladies. And like a lot of things that we were sharing were very similar. And at
Yes.
one point, we started discussing as usual. And she said, okay, it's going to be Easter. What are you celebrating? And I'm explaining. And she goes, okay, but if Jesus didn't die. And then we said, listen, we're not going to discuss those things. Like,
Yes.
you believe he didn't die. I believe he died. Like, okay, you believe, like, we're not going to discuss that because we're never going to end. But okay, what's common? Okay. God
What is
is
common
unique.
between
Okay.
us?
God
Yeah,
asks us, if my neighbor suffers, I have to contribute to his well being. I have to take
thank you.
care. And like we grew up so much discussing, not discussing, sharing what we
Right.
have in common.
What is common, not what is different. This is
Yes.
and this is the goal of this collective book. Humanity unites us. And even in Islam, there is many verses in the Holy Book Quran. God he says, we say Allah by Arabic, لا إكراه في الدين by Arabic. It means no compulsion in religion. God,
Yes.
God, the Creator, He sent messengers, prophets with the book for different people, and it's up to them to accept or to reject. And nobody has the right to judge the other one, as you said. Only God, the Creator,
Exactly.
who can judge people in
Because
next
who
life.
knows what's
Yeah,
going on in the heart of the
yeah,
person?
yeah,
And
yes,
who knows what's going on, even if a person sinned, because there's no human being who's not
yeah,
sinned, only God. And
yes.
like we don't know what happens between the heart of the soul of this person and God, because we're not there in the middle. So He
You're
knows.
right.
And
And
He's merciful, like you say, Rahman Rahim, merciful.
yeah,
So
the most
for
mercy.
me, that the other thing is to have a sense of forgiveness is
Yes,
another proof that we're trying to keep humanity united, because nobody doesn't make mistake. But if I judge others and I keep anger, I will not be able to build that unity in the society.
right. And as you said at the beginning, respect is very important. Accept differences, share, care to other people. Look at your neighbor, what he need, what he needs. All these things are common between us. But unfortunately, some people they forget all these common things and they focus only about differences. So
Yes.
the follow question, Dr. Hay, is from your own life experience. Could you share a meaningful moment or story of humanity that you have lived or witnessed? I'm sure you have a lot. You have a lot.
There's a lot. Uh, Following what we said, I really appreciated. Like I had a lot of situations, so I cannot
Yes,
pick one, but one comes to my mind where acceptation of difference was really real.
yes,
I was involved in lots of families, but I will not name the family. But there was a family
yes,
that I helped one of the children when the child was young, and the child had grown. The family had moved away. The family came back, and unfortunately, one of the parents of the family was very ill, and it was my work at that time was finished because I was responsible as a intervener of that family years before,
yes,
maybe more than 20 years before. But when I saw them, I was really touched, and I went to visit the person at the hospital, and at last it was really painful for everybody, and I was very much involved. And
yes,
actually, this spiritually, this is special because, of course, I'm Christian, they're Muslim, we know that, but we went beyond that. And I'm a woman, and the person was a man, and the woman was there. And finally, I believe that by faith that it was allowed by God that I was present at the last moments, but it allowed the wife to be joined with her husband, and the whole family came, and there was such respect at that moment that it was a Sunday morning, and I told the family after that, I'm really with you. I have to go to church because I was involved in the praise, and they told me, okay, pray for us, we'll pray for you.
very
And
nice.
after that, I was involved in visiting the family in the 40 days of support. And even they put the wife and the daughter in my car. And they were like 50 Muslims or more. And they put them in my car to go to the cemetery. And that moment I will never forget in my life, because I would never expect they would do something like that. But it was a pure experience of mutual respect. Never there was a division, there was a questioning about anything.
Yeah,
And that's one of many examples, because I did not tell you at the beginning that the other side of my life, I'm also assisting since the age of 24. Very often, I don't choose it, it happens. People who are in terminate stage, or people who go from this life to the life with God.
yes,
So that touches me also. And all these experiences, I cannot tell all of them, but that's one of them. But I lived through this really what it is to be united as humanity, because these are moments of life that are critical if we don't share together, especially people who are in foreign country and who don't have their family member near. They need human people to be
Right.
as a family for them. And it's even the same thing. Even I was in a situation with a Quebecois family, but for some reasons that I don't know, the family was not there. And I could not say, okay, I'm not a family. I had to be a family at this moment, you see? So when we say humanity, I think we all have to care about each other as if we were family. And the great success, even for my own mother, can you imagine this? My own mother was in terminal stage. I was at the hospital every day at the end. And
Yes.
I had a church event and I prayed in my heart because I was responsible and I did not want to leave my mom and I wanted to come back to my mom. And I prayed. And you know what happened? One nurse who was a Muslim nurse,
Yes.
a sister, Muslim sister.
Yes.
She doesn't know me. She doesn't know I want to go to church. She came to me and she said, "Go where you have to go. I will take care of your mother as if it was my mother." And I was
That's
like, "Okay,
nice.
what is this?" And she took care of my mother better than all the nurses in that
It's
hospital.
nice.
When I came back, my mother was so nice. She was clean, happy, peaceful. And that night, she went to God. Lahama. You see?
Wow. Wow.
So, and that nurse,
You went very happy. So,
6 months later, I did not know the name of that nurse.
yeah. Yes.
6 months later, it was the walk in Quebec. That year, it was 2013. I think in the summer, there was a walk because the government, there was an issue about the veil.
Yes.
Okay. I went to that. Then I see a lady. She comes to me. She goes, "You're here." It was that nurse. Can you
Oh.
imagine?
Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
that for me is a lot of humanity because
Yes.
never
Oh,
people told me to convert, never I told them to
it's
convert.
beautiful experience.
And
And yes.
but I feel really brotherhood, sistership with, and this is not even 1% of my life experience in humanity.
Wow.
There is more and more and more and more.
Yeah, and all of us at the end, we are descended from one family, Adam and Eve. This is the first family for all of us.
Yes,
We are like uncle, cousin, and always ask you to my students. I am a teacher too. I make like a triangle. I tell them the peak and the top is the first family to all. All of us. We are relatives, and
exactly.
if we are not brothers and sisters in the same religion, same faith, we are brothers and sisters in humanity.
Exactly.
Yeah. Dr. Helen, why did you interested are you interested to be involved in this project of peace in this collective book, Humanity Unites Us?
I think, Sister Samia. By the way, I'm not a doctor. I really want to say thank you for calling me a
You
doctor,
are
but
a doctor, you are very
I may be a doctor
experienced.
of life, but I
Yes. You
I
are
admire everybody who's a doctor. I could not
yes,
because I started working very young. I had a
yeah.
bachelor's. I did not do my doctor's
You
degree
have big
because I respect
experience.
so much the people who achieve this. Is so much work. I really don't want to take that title without doing the work. But you can call me Sister Hélène. That's perfect.
Your mission is very powerful and positive and
Thank you.
doctor just a name in a paper, but what you are doing
Thank
in
you so much.
reality, yeah, what you
Thank you
are
so
doing
much. But I
in your
wanted to
own.
say it because I have friends who went to doctorship, PhD. It's so
Yeah,
demanding. So I'm like, I want to keep them that title. But thank you so much. Tell me the question again, the last question.
I told you why you want to be involved in this project of peace to participate in
Oh,
this
I heard
collective.
because I really like the initiative that you took, which
Yeah,
requires a lot of courage in the situation actually in the
right.
world.
Yes,
Because I think that there is a lot of global anxiety. Me, I don't want to explain it in a simple way because it's more complicated than this. But I really think that your idea, if everyone on earth would understand this idea and take it as a personal goal and practice it, we would not have all this trouble in the world.
true.
And I don't want to to put anybody in fault, but I think because there is a lack of common conscious of what we are doing and what we are not doing and what we should be doing. And
Right.
I have to be careful in the way I am talking. I'm talking only for myself and I'm not
Yeah.
criticizing anyone. But I think that we don't have to count the number of people who are doing the way you're describing, because we cannot change the world. I discovered that a few years ago. I was
Yeah.
starting, I think everybody concerned by humanity one day wants to change the world, but
No.
we cannot. But what we can do is to do the best we can in the environment where we are, with the people whom with we are, to make a difference. Even if it's a small difference,
Right.
we make a difference. We should not be discouraged because we cannot change the world.
Straight, there's a small differences adds up, as they said. And over there, this cup that I am drinking water, it has here. Thanks for making a difference.
You see?
For making,
So
even
I
if
really,
it's small, even if it's small. And also there is a verse in our Holy Quran, the book, God he says, إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. The meaning, God does not change what is in people until they change what is in themselves. Rather to focus, I will change the world. If I start to change myself, then I start to help my neighbor and in my house, step by step. Then we can have change. We can have short goal, medium goal, long goal. But we need to start. We need to start. And to, as you see, to support us other, always I like to make example by this. If you see with me here, this cup, also there is a bee and flowers. All these human being in earth as like flowers. Each one has something nice. And I should look at myself like a bee. Take from this flower, from this flower, from this flower. And if we do all of us like this, we will have honey at the end. And you know that honey, it gives medicine, it help people. This is the positive view that I want from this project of peace. Final message from you, Sister Helene.
yes, my final message is, first of all, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity of participating.
You are
And
very
I don't know who created this story. It's a very short story, but that for me really hit my heart. And I think we should keep that in mind. It's the story of a little boy on the shore with seashells, with a little animal in it burning on the sun and suffering. And the little boy took a personal mission of every time he saw one, he was saying it's gonna be okay, and he was throwing it in the sea to live again. And then this old man came and said, "What are you doing? You're losing your time. You're never, look how many there are. You're never going to be able to save them all. You don't make any difference." And the little boy said, "Yes, it makes a huge difference for each one that I can bring back to life."
right.
So I really like that, because some people, maybe they're called to help millions. Some people are called for a macroscopic goal. Like, I take my mother lately, I was thinking of that. She had this call of creating a community organization. Other people have found a governmental organization. Some people, they become prime minister. Some people, they get leader of huge crowds. But some people, maybe in their life, they will help one person, but not one is more important than the other, because everyone, if in your heart you have the possibility to do something good, to help someone near you, if you do it, you're reaching your goal.
Wow.
So I think the difference we can make will make a difference if everybody does it, but we
Right.
have to start by ourselves, right?
So
And I think what you're doing by doing this book is making a huge difference, actually.
I hope so. We have a new comment from Sister, also Dr. Coach Samira. She says, "Merci beaucoup." Merci beaucoup.
Welcome so much. Merci beaucoup, Samira, for introducing me to this wonderful project.
Yes, and also merci beaucoup, Coach Samira. Merci beaucoup. And we arrived at the end of our show. I hope, inshallah ta'ala, our conversation and dialogue to write it in a paper that it will be in our book, inshallah. You have all this month, inshallah ta'ala, to write it, and I appreciate your perspective and your point of view. We have many people like you, we have many women like you, and you are glad you take care of your mom, because we have a saying of our prophet in Islam. It says, "Al-Jannatu tahta aqdami al-ummahat." It means paradise under the feet of the mother. The one who behave good, especially the mother, it says, the mother, not the man. The paradise under the feet of the mother, which means the short way to earn paradise is through the mom. May Allah Ta'ala bless your mom and bless you too. And
Thank you so much. God bless you too, all.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
and thank you for everybody. I see you again next week.
Thank you. Salam.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
You're listening to Radio Salam, the voice of connection, culture, and community. Broadcasting from Winnipeg, Canada, Radio Salam brings together stories, voices, and experiences from the Arab world and beyond. Our mission is simple: to inspire, uplift, and empower. From heartfelt conversations to cultural insights, community dialogue to youth perspectives, this is your space to listen, to speak, and to belong. Radio Salam, where every voice matters and every story deserves to be heard.